What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are on 2K19 Prelude. But guys, I just want to talk about a couple things and what I feel like is the best build in 2K19, or at least what's going to be in the best be the best build in 2K19. Now, I'm just showing off between the point guard and the shooting guard in this video, and I'll probably make another video deciding between the small forward and the power forward. But for the point guard and shooting guard, I really feel like the best build for these two is a shot creator primary and ball handling and passing as a secondary. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the difference between the point guard and the shooting guard with the same build. Now, of course, they have the same stats. You might start off a little bit smaller, but the ending will be pretty much the same, like ending max until you get into 100%, and then the bar increases itself. But shot creating and passing and ball handling as a secondary. Now, as you can see, once it gets to it, we're going to see the difference between them. Really, the main difference will be the badges. The badges on the first build would be you got 11 gold and you have 7 silver and you have 6 bronze. Now what I really need you to pay attention to is what is on the gold and what is on the silver and what is on the bronze. Of course, there are no Hall of Fame badges, but you have mid-range deadeye, difficult shots, tireless scorer, teardropper, ankle breaker, flashing pass. I don't really care for that. Pick and roll maestro, lob city passer. You got one-man fast break and free throw ace. Now pay attention to the silver as well. You have the corner specialist, acrobatic. You have relentless finisher on silver, and then not to mention up and under specialist, break starter, charge card, quick reflexes. Now that's really on the silver, but pay attention to what's on the bronze. You have deep range deadeye, limitless range catch and shoot, lob city, posterizer as a bronze. Now here's the thing about those two. When you change the build, when you go from point guard to a shooting guard, I was just on point guard, now we're on shooting guard. When you see the badges on the shooting guard, you'll see what I'm talking about on how I think this build will be the best one in the game, at least for the point shooting guard. Now you see that you have 12 silver, you have less gold, but you have 12 silver. Now I want you to pay attention to what's still gold and what has been moved up to silver and what has been taken out of the bronze. Now, don't get me wrong, you have some drop from the gold to the silver, but now you have deep range deadeye as a silver instead of a bronze. You also have some other ones. Now, you have some that drop from gold to silver, but you have some important ones that came up from the bronze into the silver. Like I said, the deep range deadeye. You still have limitless range as a bronze and posterizer, but that's fine. In this build, I really think that this build, well, this year is also the year for the shorter characters, because last year, don't get me wrong, I didn't think people were going to be making these huge guys and they'll still be able to keep up with my small guy. He was like 6'3", and I had 7-footers coming out guarding me, and it was pretty tough, but until I upgraded. But let's talk about the height. Within the height, you need to stay within the 6'3" to 6'5" range. Height and weight, actually, or not necessarily height, but your weight and your wingspan really matter in this game. You can't just make a 6'6", 6'7" 2 guard and not feel the difference between, if you had a 6'4" shooting guard. I'm glad that they emphasized on this, because a lot of people will just max out everything. Like, you'll make the tallest shooting guard you could possibly make with the longest wingspan, and there wouldn't really be much of a difference when you went out and you played. And I would say when you do your height on this build, this shot creating and then passing and ball handling as secondary, stick with the 6'3" to about 6'5" range. Stay within that range, because you don't really have much of a drop off in your attributes. Now also, your height and your weight, it does affect your stats in this game. Like it says in the 2K18, but there really wasn't much of a difference. Here I could really feel the difference. Whenever I was playing with my point guard of this variation, it was pretty tough. Not tough, but I could feel the difference, as in the ball handling when I got to release the ball. Now mind you, I used Stephen Curry jumper in the prelude. I kind of, with my point guard, I kind of struggled, even though they had the same stats when you start off. your badges are different. Now, of course, you're not going to have enough time to, you know, work on your badges, but I'm just saying, in the long run, when you have that silver instead of a bronze, we all know that's going to work better in long ways. But they kind of took out the gold badges that you didn't really need, or not that you didn't need, but it wasn't that much of a hassle. But now we're on the wingspan. Now, in the weight, you need to try to stay within the 180 to 185 range. Honestly, just make him any heavier, yeah, it'll make his strength better, but his movement will be sloppy, and you don't need no sloppy 2 guard. Also, when you're a 6'3" 2 guard, most likely when you go to Jordan Rec, you're going to be a shooting guard or a point guard, honestly, because I'm sure most people won't see this video, or they won't see other videos, and then they'll think that that's a good build. Well, I mean, sure it is, but you most likely going to be running points, so you need to be able to handle the ball. When it brings me to this, to the wingspan. Your wingspan, you stay within the 79.1 or the 80.0, because as you can see, it affects your open shot, your off-ball handling, your off the dribble in the mid-range. The only thing that it really takes off is your shot contest, your steal. But if you're playing good defense, that wouldn't be a problem. And so if you're just able to stick with your man, a lot of good things are going to happen, of course, because you could take the ball pretty easily in here. But I'm also thinking about making a backcourt defender, or not backcourt defender, but a defensive player on here. But I'm going to show you guys that in the next video, maybe when I show my small forward, power forward. But until next time, man, it's been 27 man. Like and subscribe. I'll see you later, man. Peace.